Hey everyone, Phylicia Rashad, known for her role as the matriarch on The Cosby Show, has finally spoken out about her former co-star, Bill Cosby, whose legacy has been marred by serious allegations. For years, Rashad maintained her silence, supporting Cosby and the show's portrayal of a loving family, despite the growing accusations against him. However, as the truth surrounding these allegations became increasingly difficult to ignore, Rashad has revealed a shocking perspective, suggesting that beneath the show's cheerful facade lies a much darker reality. This revelation marks a significant shift in her stance, highlighting the complexities of loyalty and the impact of truth. Phylicia Rashad is set to reveal her personal experiences of betrayal, manipulation, and abuse, shedding light on the man she once trusted but later discovered to be vastly different behind closed doors. This narrative goes beyond the public allegations against Bill Cosby, delving into the untold truths that Rashad is finally ready to share. Known for her iconic role as Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show, Rashad portrayed a loving and intelligent mother, creating a beloved family dynamic alongside Cosby's character. However, the upcoming revelations promise to challenge the perception of their on-screen chemistry and the ideal family image they represented. Rashad's decision to speak out marks a significant moment in her journey of confronting the hidden realities of her past. Phylicia Rashad and Bill Cosby were celebrated for their on-screen chemistry in The Cosby Show, which many fans believed mirrored a strong off-screen bond. Phylicia praised Bill for his creative contributions and his efforts to present positive representations of African American families during a time when such portrayals were scarce. However, when allegations against Bill surfaced, Phylicia publicly defended him, viewing the accusations as attempts to undermine his legacy. Despite her unwavering loyalty, as more allegations emerged, the facade of their perfect relationship began to crack, leading to significant backlash against her defense. Phylicia Rashad reflects on her relationship with Bill Cosby, whom she once viewed as a trusted colleague and friend during their time on The Cosby Show. She admired him as a charismatic leader who fostered a familial atmosphere among the cast and crew. However, as she revisits certain moments from their interactions, she begins to question her understanding of him. What once seemed harmless now appears troubling, particularly his overly familiar behavior with young actresses and female staff members. Rashad recalls instances where his tone shifted from light-hearted to serious during private conversations, leaving women feeling uneasy, which ultimately led her to reconsider the nature of their partnership and the facade of perfection they had maintained. Phylicia initially dismissed troubling moments with Bill Cosby, attributing them to his charismatic personality as a star. However, as more women came forward with allegations of misconduct, she began to reflect on her own experiences and recognize patterns of behavior that she had previously overlooked. This realization was painful, as it shattered her trust and compelled her to reevaluate her relationship with him. The process of connecting the dots between her memories and the allegations marked the beginning of a difficult journey for Phylicia, as she grappled with the dissonance between the man she thought she knew and the emerging reality. Phylicia reflects on a troubling encounter with a colleague she once trusted, whose behavior shifted from professional to suggestive during a conversation. As he leaned in closer, she felt a sudden change in the atmosphere, prompting her instincts to urge her to leave. Although she managed to stand her ground and exit the situation, the experience left her feeling betrayed, as this was someone she considered a friend and mentor. For years, she dismissed the incident as an isolated lapse in judgment, struggling to reconcile her perception of him as a person of integrity with the reality of his actions. However, as more women began to share similar experiences, her understanding of the situation evolved. Phylicia Rashad decided to share her story, acknowledging the pain of her past and the betrayal she felt, particularly in light of the allegations against Bill Cosby. She recognized that remaining silent would only prolong her suffering and diminish the experiences of other victims. Rashad expressed the importance of accountability and the courage required to confront uncomfortable truths about admired figures. Her revelation marked a significant moment, as she emphasized that the experiences shared by other women were not just their truths but a collective reality that needed to be acknowledged. This step, though painful, was essential for her healing and for standing in solidarity with fellow survivors. Phylicia disclosed a traumatic experience involving Bill Cosby during the peak of The Cosby Show. She recounted an incident where, after a long day of filming, Cosby invited her to his dressing room under the guise of discussing a scene. Trusting him as a friend and colleague, she entered, only to be confronted with an unwanted advance. Phylicia vividly described her shock and the feeling of betrayal as she pushed him away, asserting that his behavior was inappropriate. It was only after she stood her ground that he backed off, leaving her feeling small and powerless. This incident shattered her trust in him, and she expressed her pain over the betrayal, emphasizing the familial bond they were supposed to share. Despite the emotional turmoil, she chose not to speak out at the time due to fear. Phylicia recounted her experiences with a powerful figure who, under the guise of mentorship, manipulated young women by offering advice and private discussions, creating a sense of obligation. She described a pervasive culture of fear and loyalty that silenced dissent among the cast and crew, where questioning him could lead to ostracism or job loss. Phylicia revealed the stark contrast between the public persona and the abusive behavior she witnessed behind closed doors, where charm was wielded as a weapon and power as a shield. Her emotional reflection revealed a painful journey from admiration to a painful acknowledgement of the truth she could no longer ignore. Phylicia Rashad's decision to speak out about the abuse she witnessed highlights the immense courage required to confront someone once trusted and admired. Her story reveals the struggles of those who have remained silent for too long, burdened by fear and the desire to protect their careers and the legacies of influential figures. Reflecting on her past silence regarding allegations against Bill Cosby, Rashad acknowledges that she believed staying quiet was the right choice at the time, but now understands that such silence only perpetuates the problem. Her experience sheds light on the pressures within the industry that made speaking out feel like a professional risk, emphasizing the need for voices to be heard in the fight against abuse. Phylicia West reflects on the immense pressure within the entertainment industry that led her to remain silent about misconduct, fearing the repercussions on her career and the brand she was part of. As more victims came forward, she grappled with guilt, questioning whether her silence had contributed to their suffering. In hindsight, she recognizes that her choice to stay out of the situation ultimately allowed the perpetrator to continue their harmful actions unchecked. Phylicia expresses deep regret for not speaking out sooner, realizing that her silence did more harm than good. An advocate praised the immense courage it takes to confront powerful figures, especially when there is a public bond involved. Victims of abuse worldwide expressed gratitude for her validation and solidarity, but she faced criticism for her delayed disclosure. Detractors questioned her timing, suggesting she had the influence to speak out earlier, and accused her of opportunism in light of ongoing legal issues surrounding Cosby. Despite the backlash, she remained committed to sharing her story, emphasizing the complexity of her silence and the courage required to finally speak out, asserting that it is never too late to tell one's truth. The pursuit of justice, truth, and healing for numerous survivors remains a collective responsibility, emphasizing the importance of amplifying their voices and experiences. It is crucial for society to actively engage in this process to ensure that the needs and stories of survivors are acknowledged and addressed. Thanks for watching.